all, it's me, Dhyutidhara Bandooni, signing again. And today I've been doing some space research and found a good topic for this video. Well, though I think maybe some of you might think it's a little hard to grasp this concept, so I'll try to explain as simple as possible. But did you know that how much energy we consumed in the past and how much we consume now? In like 20,000 something years ago, the only power source we used was fire. Then we learned to split nucleus, do the atomic age, and then we went where we are today, using cell phones. We're using like iPads. We're using all sorts of devices that cool mechanics. But if we continue our race and don't destroy ourselves entirely, then we would have used up all the planet's resources for energy. Just maybe it might happen. But once we run out of resources on the planet, then we'll have to explore other planets for more resources. But how can you explore other planets for resources if you don't have resources to build a rocket to get resources? So this is why we need energy to help us sustain our growth of energy. But energy is running out, not that fast, but little bit at a time. So this is why we need to search other things right now for like a backup, just in case that scenario happens. And the most powerful energy source in the solar system that we know of is the sun, an infinite, like a furnace 300 quintillion billion trillion times the power of our best nuclear reactor, and it shines with the brightness of like a trillion billion million quadrillion atomic bombs. Yes, atomic bombs. That's how powerful the sun is. But if we harness it, the power of it, we can sustain life for like millions of years. But we don't want some of it, we want all of it. So this is why we need what's called a Dyson Sphere. A Dyson Sphere is a giant megastructure that encompasses a star to harness all its energy. Now we need to separate it into three parts. First, materials. Second, structure. Third, energy. So first, to make a Dyson Sphere, we need to think about materials. We don't want a giant circle / sphere, because that a rigid body like that will just kaboom, smash onto a tiny asteroid and possibly smash into the sun. So that is why we're not gonna use that. We are gonna use some like little mirrors, maybe like a kilometer wide, and those mirrors will send light from the sun into some solar collectors, and it will beam energy to everywhere in the solar system, providing us with basically an infinite amount of energy. So we need to get the energy to build it. The first panel will be like take a month to build one panel. This is where you can like maybe a cheat, I should say, but no, it's not cheat, it's just a fact. We can use exponential growth. Exponential growth is when something causes the double of it to like grow more. Yes. Now, I didn't explain that good, but one panel produces the energy to create another. 2 become 4, 4, 8, 8, 60, and so on. But we need machine workers because it's like way too dangerous, and we need to harvest an entire planet for the resources. We need like 30 quintillion panels and like 100 quintillion resources if we make it like this. So we'll need machine to do all the heavy work, but there'll be a small crew of like maybe like 10 or maybe 5 to oversee a literal army of machine workers. and then we need to use rail guns to launch us up, because like rockets are just too bulky and they are not reusable. But we can use smaller ships to use rail, so you can use rail gun. Now after we do that, I told you about the exponential growth, how we'll do it, and I told you we need lots of them. But if one solar panel is just a month, we'll just be finished in a decade. Just 1 decade, 10 years. That's just it. Like that. Boom. You see? So it's like a very easy project. If we just do it with the help of physics, it's super easy. And we also need the energy to do it, and I talked to you about it with the exponential growth already. But we must make sure that the infrastructure on Earth is able to handle all that amount of energy. Let's say you just get 1%, 1 out of a trillion, quadrillion % of the sun. It will be so much power that you can colonize the entire Milky Way in half an hour. That's how much power it is. We can like terraform planets, colonize other galaxies, and still have a billion power left for making billions of galaxies our new home, just in case one galaxy gets blown up by a supernova, another gets sucked up by a black hole, anything happens. You just use a Dyson Sphere, get the energy, and do it. That's how much power Dyson Sphere has. But we know it's easy. This is one thing. We're just too into wars that in the long run don't really mean anything. Only if we continue peace, we will have enough work, we will have enough people to build that megastructure. But once we build it, the only limit is not the sky. The only limit is beyond everything. There's no limit to what you can do once you have a Dyson Sphere, and you can create even more powers, like maybe a black hole sphere, like that, and just power civilizations till the end of time and space and reality, all those stuffs. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you understand all the things I said. I try to explain as simply as possible. To like and subscribe and share this video with your friends so they will know what a Dyson Sphere, or in this case swarm, because Dyson Sphere I was told it's a sphere. The stuff I was talking about is Dyson Swarm, because it's a swarm of bunnies. Well, they'll learn about the Dyson Swarm and they'll get knowledge too. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and for now, bye!